Little Red Riding Hood Chapter 1. Mother's Request and the Forest Path. Once upon a time, in a pretty village near a huge forest, lived a very sweet girl whom everyone loved. Her grandmother loved her so much that she gave her a beautiful cape with a red hood as a gift. The cape was so pretty that the girl wanted to wear it every day, and so everyone started calling her Little Red Riding Hood. One sunny morning, Little Red Riding Hood's mother called her and said, "My dear, your grandmother is sick and a little weak. I've prepared this basket with a tasty cake and some fruit juice for her. Please, take it to Grandma, but be very careful. Always stay on the main path, don't go into the middle of the forest, and most importantly, don't talk to strangers." Little Red Riding Hood, who loved her grandmother very much, promised she would be careful. She took the basket, gave her mother a kiss, and left, humming softly. Her grandmother's house was on the other side of the forest, and the path had tall trees and many colorful flowers. The sun shone through the leaves, and the birds sang. The girl walked happily, watching the butterflies that flew in the air. She even picked some flowers to take as a gift for her grandmother. She was so happy with the beauty of the place that, for a moment, she forgot her mother's warning. The forest seemed so nice and full of life that it was hard to think any danger could be there. With a light heart and the basket swinging, she continued her walk, not knowing that someone was watching her from afar. Hidden in the shadow of the trees. Chapter 2. The Encounter with the Wolf, as Little Red Riding Hood strayed a little from the path to pick the prettiest flowers. A large, dark-furred wolf appeared from behind a tree. Little Red Riding Hood had never seen a wolf before, so she wasn't scared. "Good morning, little girl," said the wolf in a very soft and friendly voice. "Good morning, Mr. Wolf," replied Little Red Riding Hood. "Where are you going in such a hurry?" "With that basket full of tasty things?" asked the wolf, looking at the basket with great desire. "I'm going to visit my grandmother, who lives on the other side of the forest. She is sick, and I'm taking her cake and juice to help her get stronger," explained the girl, unaware of the danger. The wolf thought to himself, "What a delicious snack! First the grandmother, and then the granddaughter." With a clever plan in his head, he continued the conversation. "And where does your grandmother live?" he asked. "Her house is under 3 very big trees, with a small wooden fence around it," answered Little Red Riding Hood, giving the wolf all the clues he needed. The wolf then had an idea to trick the girl. "Look around, Little Red Riding Hood," he said. "See these beautiful flowers. Listen to the birds singing. Why don't you enjoy it a little more? I'm sure your grandmother would love to get a big bouquet of fresh flowers." Little Red Riding Hood thought it was a great idea. She looked and saw that the wolf was right. The forest was full of beautiful flowers. So she left the path and started running through the woods to make a big bouquet. While she was distracted, the big bad wolf ran as fast as he could through a shortcut only he knew, straight to the grandmother's house. Chapter 3. Grandma's House. Big Bad Wolf arrived at Grandma's house and knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. "Who is it?" asked the grandmother in a weak voice. "It's me, your granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood," said the wolf, making his voice high to trick her. "I brought you cake and juice. You can come in, dear. The door is just ajar." "I'm too weak to get up," said the grandmother. The wolf entered, went straight to the grandmother's bed, and without another word, swallowed her all in one gulp. Then he put on the grandmother's nightcap and glasses, lay down in the bed, and covered himself up to his nose, waiting for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. Meanwhile, the girl had picked so many flowers she could barely carry them. She remembered her grandmother and went back to the path. When she got to the house, she found it strange that the door was open. She went inside and felt a strange feeling in the air, as if something wasn't right. She went to the bedroom and saw her grandmother lying in bed, with the cap covering almost her entire face and looking very strange. "Oh, Grandma, what big ears!" "You have," said Little Red Riding Hood, getting closer. "They are to hear you better, my dear," replied the wolf, trying to imitate the grandmother's voice. "And Grandma, what big eyes you have," the girl continued. "They are to see you better, my little granddaughter. But Grandma, what big hands you have. They are to hug you better. But Grandma, what a huge and scary mouth you have," shouted Little Red Riding Hood, already backing away, scared. "It's to eat you better," growled the wolf, and with a leap, he jumped out of bed and swallowed poor Little Red Riding Hood. Chapter 4. The heroic huntsman, with his belly so full, the big bad wolf went back to bed and fell asleep, snoring very loudly. So loudly that a huntsman, who was passing by the house, heard the strange noise. "What a strange snore for an old lady," the huntsman thought. "I'll take a look to see if everything is all right." He entered the house, and when he got to the bedroom, he saw the big bad wolf sleeping in the grandmother's bed. "Ah, you scoundrel, I've finally found you," he said, as he had been looking for that wolf for a long time. The huntsman thought about using his rifle, but then he imagined that the wolf might have eaten the grandmother, and that he might still be able to save her. So, instead of shooting, he took a large pair of scissors and began to cut the sleeping wolf's belly. After a few cuts, he saw a red hood. He cut a little more, and Little Red Riding Hood jumped out, very relieved. Oh, what a scare! It was so dark inside the wolf's belly. Right after, the grandmother also came out, safe and sound. Little Red Riding Hood ran to get some big, heavy stones, and the three of them filled the wolf's belly with them. Then the huntsman sewed the belly up. When the big bad wolf woke up, he felt his belly was very heavy, and he was very thirsty. He tried to get up, but the stones were so heavy that he lost his balance, fell down, and couldn't move any more. The huntsman, the grandmother, and Little Red Riding Hood were very happy. The grandmother ate the cake and drank the juice her granddaughter brought, and soon felt stronger. The huntsman took the wolf's skin home as a prize. And Little Red Riding Hood thought to herself, "I will never again leave the path when my mother tells me not to, and I will never again talk to strangers."